Okay, here's the feedback from the activity we did today. Let's go ahead and blow this up a little bit. As far as our rules, this I think is a little bit too vague. Needs to be as long as it needs to be. It needs to tell the whole story. So some people might think one paragraph is as long as it needs to be. That's not true. It needs to tell the whole story. We used to do 4 paragraphs minimum, but I still think that's pushing it. To tell a good quality story needs to be longer than that. So tell the whole story. Should have quotations and statements, definitely, with the interviewees. Needs to be in third person, not necessarily always. If it's a feature or a human interest story, it could be in first person. News traditionally is in third person, but there's other kinds of stories that could be third person. It definitely needs to be respectful. It shouldn't embarrass anyone or make anyone feel bad, especially in our school newspaper. No slang or jargons, not a bad idea. Be very direct with what you're saying. Needs to be current event. I think what you mean is it needs to be relevant to our school, relevant to our readers, and not just something that 1 or 2 people might be interested in. Be descriptive if that's appropriate. It should stay on topic, obviously. Next. So these are different types of an article, and there are really just 3 main types: news, editorials, and features. News is straight news, hard facts. Sports falls under news, even though they have separate categories in the newspaper. They're still news. Editorial is opinion, and if someone writes the opposite of your opinion or the opposite of your editorial, it's called an op-ed piece. And then a feature is a human interest story that tells something that would be of interest to the readers, but it's not necessarily news. Maybe featuring a local Olympian or something like that. Next we have considerations. Things we should consider. Definitely not be offensive. Age range, reliability of facts, make the work original, make it relevant. These are all good. Where students struggle. So, coming up with topics definitely is one. Staying on topic, using vivid writing. One thing we can do here as far as staying on topic, we tend to have too many 7th and 8th grade stories. Talk to the lower grades. You can find a lot of good stories down there if you need help coming up with a topic. Meeting deadlines and doing topics that the editors need. There's certain things the editors feel need to be in the newspaper. We need to respect that and help them out with those stories, even if the story doesn't necessarily interest us. One other thing we didn't mention, somebody mentioned it during the discussion, but nobody followed up with it, is bias. I want you to look that up, take some notes on it, and understand what bias is, because it's very important that we understand that for our newspaper.